East Coast Reflector Youth Net. I really didn't have a chance to pick a topic, so we'll do what's on your mind this evening. Anybody would like to join us, they can get a hold of us by texting the line 716-317-9050. That'd be 716-317-9050. Those that would like to join us this evening, give us your call signs twice and slowly.
Kilo Charlie 5, Charlie Zulu X-ray, KC5CZX. W5ANR.
Let me acknowledge Charlie from Montgomery, Texas, and Daryl from Lubbock, Texas. Anybody else like to join us? Call signs twice, please.
Kilo Foxtrot 6, Hotel Delta Juliet. Kilo Foxtrot 6, Hotel Delta Juliet.
Good evening, Brett from Pensacola, Florida. Anybody else would like to join us? And Roy joined us from the text line. Roy from Blaisdell, KA-BYU. Anybody else would like to join us this evening? Any youth on the air? Any third-party traffic? Anybody that has any youth third-party traffic, please come in now. Nothing heard? Well, we'll work this list. Good evening, Charlie from Montgomery, Texas. How are you doing this evening? I really don't have a topic. What's on your mind?
Not much. I'm busy. Hey, somebody got something sweet up over your end. But anyway, let me unkey for a minute. Somebody's got a key down somewhere. It's silent, but it's down. KC5CZX. Can you hear me, Ned? M85.
Yeah, we got a carrier locking up the system.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'll just wait for you to take care of it. Bump them off. I'll wait until you take care of it.
Yeah, unfortunately. I think it just timed itself out. We probably lost the IRLT stuff. Okay, go ahead, Charlie.
Alright, Derby Dan. Good deal. What's on my mind? Well, I've been busy. I guess what's on my mind, I've been busy trying to catch up on a lot of stuff that I've neglected because I've been messing with ham radio too much. And I'm almost caught up. I still got a few other things to do, but I've been busy all day hanging 8-foot LED lights in my shop. And you talking about, I had regular fluorescent lights. And, anyway, I noticed it looks like you can see it up again. But anyway, I had regular fluorescent lights and I put LED fluorescent lights in there. Man, it sure got bright in that shop. I need one more light and I'll be finished, but I'll have to wait a little bit to get one. And I guess what's on my mind is tomorrow I get on my motorcycle early in the morning. Derby Dan bought me another Harley. I got 2 Harleys now. But I got about a 2-hour ride to a little get-together tomorrow, so that's about the only thing on my mind this evening. WA5AINR. Go ahead, Derby Dan.
Very good there, Charlie. Yeah, we just found that and got rid of it there, came back, so the line should be clear. Goodness, I wasn't prepared today for right off the bat having somebody lock up the system there with an open mic. It was dead quiet. Well, I hope things are doing well for you, and thanks for checking in there, Charlie, and hopefully hear from you next week. How about Daryl from Lubbock, Texas? KC5CZX, this is KD2 Venia.
Well, good morning, sir, and the rest of an hour. Good afternoon. Golly, I don't know what time it is. KC5CZX. I have to go to work later on at 10 o'clock my time and do the 10 to 6 a.m. shift. Joy. And it's not what I'm looking forward to. That's what's on my brain today. I got to go pick up my daughter here in a few minutes, too. So, back to that, KC5CZX.
Very good. Well, don't work too hard. Stay cool. Been having heat waves out here in the U.S. And good to hear from you, Daryl. And I know how to, when you have different shifts, that time thing is easy to make mistakes, especially when you're used to early mornings. Good to hear from you. Next on the list is KF6HDJ, Brett from Pensacola, Florida. Good evening. How are you? What's on your mind?
Well, good evening, everybody on the Youth Net. Just getting ready for the North American QSO Party RTTY tomorrow, getting everything, checking everything, and of course making sure I have a lot of food and snacks and a lot of caffeine. And the weather has started to clear up here, so I was able to put the antenna back up and join the net. So, glad to have been able to check in. 73 back to net control, KF6HDJ.
Very good there. Glad to hear from you. I hope all is well and have a good evening. Next we have on the text check-in is Roy from Blaisdell. BYU. One of our neighbors here to the north here. This is KD2 Venia Derby Dan. Go ahead, Roy. What's on your mind?
Derby Dan, everybody on the net, KAABYU. Well, just sitting there in a recliner chair with my oldest girl laying in my lap. I got them fed, watered, and the litter box cleaned. I get the birds fed and watered, so they're all happy. The younger cat's laying here in the cat bed.
so I guess they're all ready to start settling down for the evening. So, other than that, just been listening to a couple different things here, and went to put the 900 megahertz AC on the charger a little bit ago. The battery indicated it was needing charge, so that's a new addition here. I got that in the last week or so. I had somebody program it for me and all that for all the local repeaters and all that, so something new, different band to work. So we'll see how that goes. Back to you.
Station from Michigan disconnect there. We have two additional check-ins. We got K4PJM, Perry from Leesburg, Florida, and KD8VFY. Is there anybody else that'd like to join the East Coast Reflector Youth Net? This is KD2VMU.
KR4. Kilo Romeo 4, Charlie Oscar Hotel, Jacksonville, North Carolina, checking in. No traffic, in and out. Great evening to all.
Very good. Acknowledging KR4, COH from Jacksonville, in and out. Thanks for stopping by and at least waving a hand. Is there anybody else that'd like to get added to the list? Call signs twice, please.
KK4, JJK, Kilo 4, Juliet Kilo.
4 Golf 1, November Yankee Sierra, 4G1 NYS, Steven.
Okay, is it 4 Golf? Can you repeat that again? You changed it on the second round.
NYS.
Sorry, there was a station at QRM. Can you repeat that 4 station? I think there was a station for the Philippines. Was it the 4 station? Can you repeat your call, please? There was another station there. It didn't push the talk enough there and only said the call once. Can you repeat your call, please?
November 4G1 NYS.
The 4 Golf station there, we called on you a couple times there. Did you get disconnected by chance? Can you repeat your call again? Or I had QRM coming in when you came in.
4 Golf 1 November Yankee Sierra, 4G1 NYS.
Okay, I'm getting 2 different calls from you. I'm getting a 4 call 1 NY, and then you're repeating the call, throwing me off. What's the second number for?
Again, my topic is November Yankee Sierra. My full call sign is 4 Golf 1 November Yankee Sierra.
Okay, are you saying Tierra or Sierra?
Sierra. Letter S. Sierra.
My apologies. We got you there, Stephen. And that other station that keeps trying to come on walking over the top, can you give me your call there now? Wish people would wait their turn there when we're trying to acknowledge calls. Guess not, it was just a QRM maker. How about K4, PJM? Perry from Leesburg. Good evening. What's on your mind? This is KD2 being you.
Well, good evening to everybody on the Youth Net. Thanks very much for having this. Mostly on my mind, I've been studying real hard the last weeks or so, just trying to get ready for my general. I want to get that as soon as possible, but so we're working on that. And limited time in Florida to be on the radio these days because we get thunder showers on and off all day long. So you're unhooking the antennas, hooking them back up again, doing the grounds. You know, it's crazy down here, but maybe it'll settle down and we can just have the radio on all day like we used to. So I really appreciate you guys having the net, and everybody have a fantastic weekend. A4 at PJM, back to net.
Thank you, Perry, for checking in, and good luck on the general. And if you know any youths there, you're welcome to bring them in as third-party traffic with your call. And that goes for anybody listening. If you have any young youths you'd like to inspire to get active on ham radio, this is the place to do it. We welcome third-party traffic and like to hear from them. And we'll catch you next time there, hopefully, and don't be a stranger. Next up is KD8 VFY. Ronald from Troy, Michigan. Good evening. What's on your mind this evening? We have KD8 VFY. Ronald from Troy, Michigan came in on the text line. What's on your mind this evening? Heard? Guess he was in and out. How about KK4JJK? John from Buffalo, New York. Good evening. What's on your mind this evening? You got Derby Dan here, KD2 BNU, filling in for Grayson.
Hi, good evening, Dan, and everybody else on the Youth Net. I just got 2 weeks of being away from home. Back and just relaxing. I'm actually getting ready to go to a ham fest tomorrow here in Western New York. Looking forward to that because I just bought a AC 710, and I'm looking at it because I can't turn it on because I don't have a power supply yet. So looking to get that hooked up and get on HF. And appreciate the time for a check-in. And turn it back to my control. This is KK4 JJK.
John, good luck with the new radio. Hope it works all out, and hope you find a power supply that you need for it shortly, and you can enjoy the bands. Thanks for stopping by and checking in with us. Last on the list before we take new check-ins is KG1 NYS. Stefan.
Good morning from here in the Philippines, and good evening stateside. This is 4 Golf 1 November Yankee Sierra. My name is Steven. It's quite rainy here, and we're just having our breakfast, just coming up and supporting the Youth Net. 7 please, I'll send it back to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stephen, for checking in. I hear you quite frequently on the airwaves there, and I'm glad to hear your voice again there. I apologize for the confusion with the call signs there, but we've got you on the log. If there anybody else would like to join us, you can do text check-ins from 716-317-9050. That's 716-317-9050. Or give me your call twice and slowly, and we'll get you logged. This is KD2 Venue.
Kilo, Quebec 4, Oscar, Romeo Kilo, KQ4, ORK in the mobile, short time. Mike Delta Kilo, Delta Tango Sierra, Kilo Romeo 4, Delta Tango Sierra.
We had a double on that last one. I got Kilo Romeo 4, Delta Tango Sierra, and there was another station that tried coming in. Can you repeat?
Whiskey 2, Mike Delta Kilo, Whiskey 2, Mike Delta Kilo.
And we got Matt in Palm Beach, New York. Is there anybody else that'd like to get at it to list before I run it?
Kilo, Quebec 4, Oscar, Romeo Kilo, KQ4, ORK mobile.
We got you, Barry. We'll take you since you're mobile and maybe run out of string there. I really don't have a topic this evening, but we'll go what's on your mind and wish you a good evening.
Well, good evening, everybody on the Youth Net. I hope everything's okay with Grayson. I do like to try and check in. A little envious they didn't have that back when I was a youth. Nothing really on my mind other than next week, eligible for early retirement. Contemplating the meaning of life, and do I take it, or do I hold out another year, 3 years until 65? I'm gonna do my best to hold on. That's about what's on my mind. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Back to net control, 73, KQ4, ORK in the mobile.
Well, Barry, we wish you the best and hope your decision works out for you. I know it's a tough one, but good to hear you join with us. And we're always welcoming new youth to come aboard there. If anybody knows any, please steer them our way. I think Grayson and the boys would be happy to hear them. Next on the list is KR4 DTS. Derek, you're new to the system. Good evening there from Castlin, Virginia. If I pronounced your town wrong, I apologize.
KR4 DTS, thank you for having the net tonight. Yes, this is my first use of the D-Star system, and wow, it sounds really good. I have no traffic, I have no news, but I'm glad I can make the net tonight, and I'm happy to know that the equipment's working properly. So with that, this is KR4 DTS, back to net.
Well, very good there. Good to hear from you, and welcome to the East Coast Reflector. Go to the East Coast Reflector if you want to find out more information about us. And I see you don't have a email on QRZ there. If you update that, we'll send you a welcome letter and a link to see what it's all about here. But don't be a stranger. Join us again sometime. This is KD2 VNU. Next on the list is W2MDK, Matt from Palm Beach, New York. Good evening. What's on your mind?
Hey, good evening, everyone on the net. Well, just looking forward to the weekend. I ordered some parts from DX Engineering, so maybe I'll be making a roll-up J-pole over the weekend, see how that works. I've kind of wanted to do that for a while, so it might be a fun little project. Hope everyone has a good evening and a good weekend ahead. W2MDK, back to net.
Very good. Thanks, Matt. Thanks for joining us this evening, and hope to hear back from you down the wire again. And we have a recheck, KD8BFY from Troy, Michigan. Ronald, we called on you earlier, and I guess maybe you had a disconnect or something. What's on your mind? Roland, I think I might have pronounced it as wrong. It's Roland, you there from Troy, Michigan, KD8BFY? Apparently he's having some kind of difficulties. How about John from South St. Paul, Minnesota? How are you this evening? Good evening. What's on your mind there, John?
Not much, Dan. Good evening, everyone. KC1QPL. What's on my mind? Well, let's see. I had some bratwurst, and I wondered why they don't put horseradish in ketchup. And that's what's most recently on my mind. Otherwise, I'm just listening in here, riding along. I'll talk to you later, Dan. 7-3, KC1QPL. Back to you, sir.
Yeah, I've never seen that myself there. Thanks for joining us this evening there, John. Is there anybody else who would like to join us this evening? You can do it by check-ins, 716-317-9050, or you can give me a call here on the East Coast Reflector. Call signs twice and slowly. This is KD2VNU, Derby Dan, filling in for Grayson.
This is Kilo Bravo 8, Papa Lima Victor, Kilo Bravo 8, Papa Lima Victor, correct. KQ4 UPK. This is KQ4 UPK.
Order Victor Tango Juliet, KO4 VTJ.
All right, let me verify that last call. We got two Chris's in a row, KB8, PLV, KQ4 UPK, and I think the last one, I hope I a little digitally there, KO4 VTJ. Was that Gilbert from Orlando?
Yes, no, correct. It is. Yeah, you got that right.
We got you on the log. Does anybody else like to get added to the list before I run the list?
This is KR4 DJX, KR4 DJX.
Alpha Papa, Kilo 2, Alpha Papa.
All right, let me acknowledge this. Is that KR2 Alpha Papa?
Kilo 2, Alpha Papa. K2AP, Kilo 2, Alpha Papa.
Got a little bit of cutting in and out there. We got you, Joseph, from East Islip, New York, and we got KR4 DJS. Is there anybody else that would like to get at it?
Kilo Echo 2 Bravo Delta Oscar. Kilo Echo 2 Bravo Delta Oscar. In and out tonight. Have a great night.
All right, we had a text check-in, KQ4 GLY, Chris from Parrish, Florida, and KE2BDO, Richard, Charlotte Forest, New York, and you were in and out there. Have a good evening. We'll take it up to the top of the list to KE8 PLV, Chris from Lehigh, Michigan.
Thanks for running the net tonight. Nice to keep things moving. The only thing on my mind is I'm trying to set up antennas that work at our campground for when I camp in the summer, and it's kind of a choice between a Slim Jim made by N9PAX or a ground plane base antenna that says it has about a 7 dB gain, and they both sound scratchy. So how you hear me now is about how both of them are. I was just curious if you've had any good luck with a good long distance antenna that's not a Yagi. I'm going from like Dundee, Michigan to Toledo, so about 25 miles maybe. Anyhow, that's what's on my mind. Hope everyone's having a good week and a weekend ahead. ABACLV.
A lot of that has to do with the terrain. Are you looking for something that's small, or are you looking for something that's gained that you can put together on the fly? Is it a convenience thing? I've used a J-pole from Arrow, and I've had pretty good luck. It allowed me to do the ISS satellite and also talk to my local community, but if you need more gain to get further, you're probably looking at a collinear fiberglass.
Definitely look up for collinear. Just trying out things for permanent installation. It doesn't have to be temporary. I'm willing to get whatever gets the distance outside of a Yagi. Hey, thanks for the answer. Thanks again for a good night. You guys have a good week. ABACLV.
All right, Chris, thanks for stopping by. Have a good evening. Next is the other Chris from Hollywood, Florida, KQ4UPK. Good evening. What's on your mind? From 82 BNU.
Hey, Derby Dan. What's up, bud? Honestly, I just wanted to know what the question was. What's on my mind? You don't want to know. No. Yeah. So yeah, that's there's no real question. Then I can recommend an antenna for them. A GP9 or a GP6 or a GP3.
You might want to tell the manufacturer so he knows. Not everybody knows by model numbers.
Comet. Comet makes and Diamond a great antenna, but these are Comets, and they go from the GP3 to the GP9, and they're excellent antennas, and they do have high gain, and I recommend them highly.
Very good there. Thanks for that feedback there, Chris. And a lot of it's depending on the terrain, you know. If you're on a hill and try to get down into a valley, a gain antenna might do you more harm than good. So you gotta know the terrain. If you're trying to go upwards, that also has a difference too. So a lot of things work by line of sight. If you got a good line of sight and just a good distance where the high gain antennas do very well. Come by and join us this evening here, Chris. Next on the list is Gilbert from Orlando, Florida, KO4VTJ. Good evening. What's on your mind there?
Good evening. I believe it was Derby Dan and everyone on the net. Nothing. I didn't heard net going on. Like the previous caller was wondering if there was a question, but I guess not. So yeah, just thinking about the weekend, glad to be home from work now and done for the week, and hoping for some good conditions to get some radio time in, both on HF and on the local repeaters here in the area. So that's about that. Nothing much going on. Hoping everybody has a great evening, and back to the control, KO4VTJ.
Very good there, Gilbert from Orlando. And we're always looking for youth to join us here, so if you're trying to inspire a young person to join the ranks of ham radio hobby and get involved, they're always welcome here. As third-party traffic, or if you know any that are licensed, even better yet. Nice to hear from them. Next on the list is K2AP, Joseph from New York. Good evening. What's on your mind?
Contemplating setting up a total station operation, and I've been looking around. But it looks like a good possibility. I look forward to our time on the road and had good success with a 40-meter dipole, and I'm pretty happy with that. So that's the situation over here. Hey, Tracy, back to now.
Joseph, by chance, are you working in HT? I had a lot of fading going on with you there.
Yeah, I'm running HT in the backyard, portable HT,
You gotta find a sweet spot and stand still with an HT. HTs, especially when you're talking a distance from the repeater, are a little rough, but we get most of that conversation. And thanks for joining us this evening. And I'd recommend you go to the East Coast Reflector website there. We got 2 listen lives there. One is almost instant, and the other is delayed by a little bit. And you can test your audio, put your call out, say testing 1, 2, 3, no response needed, and you'll hear just what we're hearing here on the network. But thanks for joining us this evening. Have a good evening. Hope all is well. Got another new caller here, KR4DJS. Good evening from Langwood, Florida.
Dan, this is KR4DJ-X-Ray. I think you misheard my call sign. It's instead of an S, it's an X.
Thank you very much for correcting that, Chris from Parrish, Florida. What's on your mind? Good evening.
From Leesburg, Florida. Totally different guy. But no, I've just hooked up a Kenwood 45D to my HT and just kind of trying it out and seeing how it goes.
Well, you're sounding good right here, right now. And is there anything else on your mind?
That would be it. I really appreciate you running the net, though. This is KR4DJX, back to net.
I know everybody looks forward for the young men that run this net, and they'll most likely be here next week. And thanks for joining us. Well, that completed that list. Let's start a new one. Anybody else would like to join the East Coast Reflector Youth Net? Give me a call, times twice and slowly. We'll get you on the log.
Kilo Golf, KJV, W2 KJV.
We had a double. I got W2 KJV, one of our assistant facilitators, Tony from Homosassa, Florida, and I had a WA4T something. Can you give me a correction on that call so we get you confirmed?
Kilo Golf, WA4 Tango Kilo Golf on the north end of the state.
Matthew from Atlantic Beach, Florida, is that correct? Do you prefer Matthew or do you prefer Matt?
Yeah, I'm literally sitting on Atlantic Beach, just south of Mayport, as long as you're handing it back to me indirectly, and working portable with an HT.
A little bit of noise every now and then, but we got you pretty clear. And do you prefer Matt over Matthew, or do we, I could change that in the log?
You care to type it is fine with me. I really don't have a preference of my name.
Very good there, Matthew. We always like to give somebody an option if they prefer something different there. Thanks for joining us this evening, and stay cool. Next on the list, 52KJV, Tony from Mount-La-Sasa, Florida. Good evening. What's on your mind, Tony?
Good evening, Dan. I had to wait for the idea to go by. I think there was somebody else in there. I'll stand by.
Matthew, when you came back there, you faded in and out. When you're on an HT, you got to kind of stand still there on your responses there. You got anything else you'd like to say?
I'm actually sitting, so I'm not walking around or anything. I'm sitting. For those of you that are looking at a map or whatever, look at the state of Georgia and follow it south, and just south of Mayport. That's where I am. I'm thinking about, being that I'm in very close proximity to Mayport Naval Station, I'm considering what may occur with the Iranians and in the Middle East. That's what I'm wondering about.
Alrighty, not sure if you're turning your head at all, but you are running the string a little tight there on that repeater that you're coming in. So have a good evening. Thanks for joining us this evening, and we'll give it back to Tony there. W2KJV, what's on your mind?
Mary, KB2QQ just made some fudge, put it in the fridge, so I'm waiting for that to come out. I got high hopes for that fudge, and got a lot of antenna work to do, but it's been so doggone hot and humid around here. I just don't feel like going outside and doing any antenna work. That's about it for me. Dan, back to you. Great job tonight. This is W2KJV.
Very good, Tony. Thanks for joining us this evening. Hope all is well. And yeah, that fun sounds pretty good. Enjoy a piece for me. Well, that completed that list. Let's start a new one. Anybody else would like to join us on the East Coast Reflector Youth Net? This is KD2BNU filling in for Grayson.
Kilo Charlie 7, India Uniform Papa. Kilo Charlie 7, India Uniform Papa.
Kilo Juliet 5, Lima Charlie Delta. Kilo Juliet 5, Lima Charlie Delta.
Okay, let me verify this first one. It was a Kilo Charlie 7. Or did I miss a letter in there?
That was Kilo Charlie 7, India Uniform Papa.
Very good there, Rod, from Nevada. And KJ5LCD, Lewis, from Pinehurst, Texas. Is there anybody else like to get added to the list? You can also join us on the text line by texting your call sign to 716-317-9050. Call signs twice and slowly, please.
November 0 Alpha Sierra Hotel. That's November 0 Alpha Sierra Hotel, Ashland, Evergreen, Colorado.
Acknowledging November 0 Alpha Sierra Hotel, Ash. You're new to the system from Evergreen, Colorado. Anybody else like to get added to the list before I run it? This is Kilo Foxtrot 8, Delta X-Ray Oscar, KF8 BXO from West Michigan. Good evening, Josh from Grand Rapids, KF8 DXO. Let's take it to the top, KC7 IUP, Rod from Ely, Nevada. Good evening.
KC7 IUP, good evening, that's Ely, Nevada. I was just curious, I was reading somewhere today that this net is on a free DMR or something like that. Can you elaborate what that is?
It's on DMR. It's either going to be on a Brandmeister bridge or it's going to be on a TGIF bridge joined into us. I can't speak for anybody that's connected up behind the bridge because I don't see that.
The TGIF and the AMCOM, and I'm getting the same conversation on both of them, so I'm kind of curious how that works. But I appreciate it. I hope everybody has a good evening.
Yes, you're connected to the East Coast Reflector by either one of those two networks. And my name is Dan, KD2VNU, and this is the East Coast Reflector Youth Net. I'm filling in for Grayson. He's been doing the Youth Nets there for the past several weeks. And in your mind this evening, you got anything else that you'd like to speak?
No, that was about it. I was just kind of curious about that.
Very good. I hope I answered your question to the best that I know. We can only tell what's coming in on our bridge if somebody's coming in from another network connected to those. We don't see that. Have a good evening. Thanks for joining us. Next up is KJ5LCD, Lewis in Pinehurst, Texas. This is KD2VNU. KJ5LCD, you still with us? Moving along, how about November 0, ASH, Ash from Evergreen, Colorado. Good evening. What's on your mind this evening?
Good evening. I've been licensed for about 12 years, but this is my first time on this net or this reflector, so very, I should say, impressed by the quality of the sound of everyone checking in. So again, I'm very much more of a traditionalist, so for me this is a new experience, so thank you for letting me join in.
Well, not sure if you're on an HT or not, or moving a little bit, but sometimes just moving a few inches will change your signal strength if you're on an HT. If you have some time, go to the East Coast Reflector website, and we have two listen live buttons. One is almost instantaneous, the other is delayed by a minute or two. Put a test call out there with your call and say no response needed, and you'll hear your call come back to you, and you can judge your audio and signal quality and know how to correct it if you need to. Thanks for joining us, Ash. I see you're new to the system, and don't be a stranger. Come in and join us. Look at the East Coast Reflector website, eastcoastreflector.com. There's a lot of good information and a list of all the nets that we have here through the week. Have a good evening, and we'll let you clear, and we'll call in the next person.
Copy. Thank you very much.
Next on the list is KF8 at DXO. Josh from Grand Rapids. Good evening, Josh. What's on your mind?
Good evening, everyone. I'm actually sitting here back on a analog unit connecting to a 70 centimeters repeater that's about a mile away from me. And I guess I took a deep dive into digital over the last week, and it's been quite a learning experience. And so I thought I'd just be nice and refreshing to go back out to the garage where I've got my analog mobile unit set up and just get in the traditional way.
Well, what flavor of digital were you experiencing there, if you don't mind me asking?
So I ended up getting one of those, they're called like the jumbo spots. Anyway, it's using a Raspberry Pi W with a display hat on it, a transceiver in it. And so I got one of those stood up with Pi-Star and Brandmeister, and it's working great. I'm using a BM-32 UV radio for playing around with talkers.
You had the fun with DMR, which is a little bit more challenging on putting the groups and setting those up as compared to some of the other digitals. Well, thanks for joining us this evening there, and I'm not the normal host here, but I'm filling in for Grayson, one of the youths there that does the net, and hope to hear from you again sometime. This is KD2VNU, and I'll let you clear, and we'll move on to the next guy.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Glad that you all were on it when I popped out in the garage. So, cheers to all, and 73, I'm clear.
Nothing sounds better than analog audio. KF8 CSI. Andy from Norfolk, Nebraska. How are things with you this evening?
Well, good evening, Dan, and everybody else on the net here. I think that should be a 0 instead of an 8, but I was pretty sure I knew who you were calling there. But nope, just hanging out, and actually the net almost slipped my mind, but I was driving across town in my pickup, and it was scanning, and all of a sudden it stopped, and I'm like, oh, that's Dan. What the heck? That just quote Smokey and the Bandit. You sound a little older on the radio. And than the normal youth participants there that run it there.
We kind of missed their Grayson this evening there, and Luke seems to have a job that is taking away some of his time, so we're not sure what his schedule's going to be like, but I know everybody prefers the youth coming in, so we hope that Grayson's back next week. Good to hear from you, Andy, and hope all is well.
Yep, nope, everything's doing good over here, so beautiful still night there sitting on the shady side of the house. So with that, I'll go ahead and clear and send it back to you there, Dan. 7-3 from KF0 CSI. Everybody have a good night.
Have a good evening, 7-3. Anybody else like to join the East Coast Reflector Youth Net? We've got about 5 minutes left at the top of the hour. Call signs twice and slowly, please.
Kilo Juliet 5, Lima Kilo Echo. Kilo Juliet 5, Lima Kilo Echo. K4 GDS, K4 GDS.
Victor November, and 2ZVN.
November, Hotel 7, Tango, Romeo.
All right, with a little bit of break.
Victor Delta, Kilo 8 Victor Delta.
All right, let me acknowledge what we've got on the list. KJ5 LKE, Dean. K4GDS, Gil. N2ZVN, Alan. And NH7TR, Rick. And K8VD. Anybody else like to join us before I run the list?
JOJ, Stephen, Detroit.
Okay, that Detroit station, can you repeat your call? I had a little noise coming in there with you.
Sorry about that. KE8JOJ. Kilo Echo 8 Juliet, Oscar Juliet.
All right, we got you that time there, Eva. And is there anybody else? Heard. Let's run that list. KJ5 LKE, Dean. What's on your mind is the question tonight.
Good evening. The name is Dean. I go by Dino. That's Delta November, October. Just everybody's suffering from all the weather here lately. Call out and say thank you for running the net tonight, and it's always job I'll turn that back over to you now.
Very good. Thanks for joining us this evening. Hope all is well. 7-3, K4GDS, Gil from Orlando. Good evening. What's on your mind?
This is K4GDS. Was there a question? I didn't catch it.
No, I didn't pick one tonight. I just gave an opportunity to what's on your mind.
Oh, I'm just looking forward to a weekend, full-time RVer. We're moving the RV this weekend, so it's a kind of busy weekend for us. And, but it should be a good one. Hot down here in Florida. K4GDS, back to net.
Very good. Good evening, and hope you stay cool. Thanks for joining me this evening, and hope you're not a stranger. I hear your call quite frequently here, so I don't think that would be the case. Next up is November 2, ZVN, Alan in Kendall, New York. Good evening. What would be on your mind?
Good evening, Dan, and everyone on the net tonight. Well, it's certainly nice out. I can sit out on my back porch and not sweat and open up the house, turn the AC off. It's the first time in a month. But, no, I've been, I ordered a set of paddles for my HF rig. I haven't played CW in about, probably 30 years since I, passed my extra. And, of course I had the excuse, well, I don't have a key or paddle, so therefore I didn't. Well, now I do. And my daughter and I have been playing around with CW, kind of relearning it myself, and it's new for her, but, we're both kind of doing it, so maybe we'll nudge each other, and before long I'll be able to have the confidence to get on the air. Hope so. That's always been one of my long-term goals. It's just taken me 30 years to do it. At any rate, everyone have a good night, wonderful weekend, and 2ZVN, back to net.
Well, Alan, is your daughter with you this evening there? She can always come in as third-party traffic on your call.
sitting right on my lap. And you know, we listen to the Youth Net every Friday, and I can't get her to say a word. I think she's got a bad case of mic fright, but I understand. I was there at one point in my life too. But we listen to it together and kind of enjoy it.
I'll tell the young lady she's welcome anytime she feels she's up to it. We'll be happy to hear from her, and I'm sure the youth would as well. We're trying to drum up more youth to get involved here. And I think it would be a lot better if we had more youth to participate. But thanks for joining us this evening there, Alan, and hope to hear from you down the wire again. Next up is N7TR, NH7TR, Rick from Cibolo, Texas. Good evening, Rick. It's been a while since I heard from you.
Hey, good evening, Dano. Good evening, man, and everybody on frequency, NH7TR. The name's Rick, and yeah, I'm just playing around in San Antonio, man. It's hot. That's with a capital H and a capital T. I don't know about the middle letter, but it's 95 degrees, so it doesn't matter. And it's overcast, which is really weird, so the sun's not even beating or beaming in on my bald head. But anyway, yeah, lots of stuff been going on lately down here in San Antonio with the relief efforts about 40 minutes north of me with all the stuff on the Guadalupe River that happened where they lost all those folks that they're still looking for. So hats off to all the hams that are up there doing what hams do. So yeah, been busy, man. So anyway, I'm not going to bore you guys with all the wild stuff. But you don't sound like Grayson. You probably don't look like him either. Just saying. So, yeah, let me clear and send it back to Net Control. You guys all have a great weekend. 7-3 all. NH7TR. Back to you, Net Control.
Very good there, Rick. And yes, our hearts go out to those people that had lost loved ones and are going through hardship there. Prayers and blessings go that way, and I hope they don't have to experience that ever again. That's just a sad thing to hear about. Thanks for joining us this evening, Rick, and it's always good to hear from you. Next on the list is K8VD, Michael from Katy, Texas. Good evening. What's on your mind? K8VD, or so-called, that sounds familiar. Do I have that correct? About KE8JOJ. Is it Shiva? How do you pronounce your want to make a mess of it? Is it pronounced Shiva? From Detroit? Good evening. KE8JOJ, you still with us? Might have been disconnected on the Detroit, Michigan repeater there. All right, that completed that list. This is KD2VNU Derby Dan here. Going to return the reflector back to normal amateur use. I thank everybody for joining us this evening. Hope to hear from everybody next week, and hopefully Grayson will be back to be your host. This is KD2VNU. Everybody have a good evening.